Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. If you are a first-time viewer, thank you for stopping by. I am a psychic medium, an artist, and a belly dance teacher, and I focus on all things mystical on this channel. So today, I want to just tell you about a personal, also slightly mystical, because I had some angelic guidance, so maybe very mystical, but I just want to tell you about what happened last week. The tornado. One of the things I always tell you is we all need to be connected to our angels and guides every day. We need to establish a relationship on the other side, and we need to tune in. Right? You need to stay open and listening and looking for guidance and feeling that guidance. And it's a state that I try to always stay in. Sometimes I'm just so tired I can't, but I try to always be connected as much as I can. So, 5 minutes before the tornado hit my backyard, or maybe 10 minutes, I was outside. It was I just got home. I just pulled up in my car in the driveway, right? And, my backyard's all sunny and beautiful, but I can hear like all the, when I get out of the car, I hear all the animals scrambling and the birds are chirping a lot louder than normal. And then I look to the left. And the sky is so intense. Now, my artist instincts are to go grab my camera and start taking photos, right? And I really did not expect anything worse than a bad, thunderstorm coming. And normally I would have gone in the house, maybe run to the bathroom and come out right away and take video or pictures because the sight of it, I like to take pictures of stuff like that. And it was a beautiful, actually, in a way, scary but beautiful. And then I'm I ended up not going out. And I was standing right in the spot where the tornado hit. I ended up not going out, and doing the photos and all. And kind of felt like I shouldn't go out. You know, the photos aren't that important. It's okay. And then all of a sudden it hit. It hit big. Like that area of the sky was kind of far away. I didn't expect it to come so fast. And normally, if we have a really big storm coming, there's an alert that goes off on my phone and it goes, it's got this alert, and it has like the National Weather Service comes on and it warns you about things. And that hasn't happened in months, a couple months. And then I remembered, oh, wow, they fired at least 2/3 of the National Weather Service. They got rid of the nighttime and the overnight shift. And I remember a lot of news reporters are saying, well, the weather service, the news service, the weather people on the news rely on that. But people that live in hurricane and tornado country, oh my God, that's a life or death um, warning, and if you don't have people 2/3 of the day being able to track hurricanes and tornadoes, you can't warn people. So I guess because it was after hours, I didn't get a warning. Well, I haven't had a warning for any of the bad storms that have been coming, and I used to get them all the time. So I had my spiritual warning from my guides, like, because I stay listening on the inner, and that hit so hard. Everything was swirling. It was just crazy out there. And I didn't realize that this 4.5-story tree fell from my property onto my neighbor's backyard. It took down part of her dormer from the second floor and took off exterior on the garage. But it landed on top of all her wires, electric, cable, everything, right? Satellite, whatever. She had all kinds of stuff up, all kinds of wires, phone, different places. There were different sets of wires, and the tree and all the extended branches and leaves were laying on top, and it pulled the main box off that second floor dormer. Just yanked it, and it's hanging in the air. She handled it really well. And she, you know, I'm so happy she was safe. I'm so happy that, this is that the tree landed where it did, because if it landed anywhere else, I mean, I have a little backyard. These are small properties, large house, small property. Um, it could have landed any of my neighbors. If it fell any other way, it would have crushed houses, could have crushed people, could have crushed me in my car. Had I pulled up 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, I'm not sure, because I have to go look at the video to really figure out what time I got home, because my cameras show me pulling up the driveway in one camera, and they show the tornado in the tree thing in the backyard camera. So I'd have to really go check that out. But I mean, it was just a matter of minutes that I wasn't crushed. I'm still here, right? And that my home is safe. My car was safe, because I mean, I wouldn't be able to work if my house were crushed up, you know. And I still have to get the rest of the trees cut to prevent, God forbid, anything else happening. They're very busy, these men here. They're very, very busy. So they're not able to come out this week. And I have more to tell you about my friends, who are all very spiritually attuned and connected to our guides. We're all very psychic, and we're all very tuned in, and we're always high vibing, you know. So what I live 1 mile from Philadelphia. This is not tornado country. My other friend, who lives about 10 blocks from here, has had this big, huge bush, but the bush is like wider than a car, wider and rounder than a car, and would go up 2 stories. She's been wanting to cut it down. It rubbed up against her house. It rubs up against the other trees in her front yard, right? And the tornado goes to my friend's house, and it twists and breaks off the tree about 10 to 12 inches from the ground. And that's all that's left down there, and some of those branches, right? And I go to her house, and I'm like, holy, holy, you know what? That tree's missed. The tree's not there. And then the good thing is none of her property was damaged. Like, she just had a new roof put on. She said every tile's in place. None of the other trees, which were butt up against this tree that got taken away, none of them had any damage. It was so weird. It just twisted her tree up and lifted it up and put it somewhere else, right? On another side of the house. But when I went to see that tree, I thought it dissolved the tree. I didn't realize the tree had been picked up and placed another part of the property. I thought it literally mixed it up like a smoothie in the air and distributed it around the rest of the neighborhood. Okay, so then her daughter, three trees on her property. Um, and my other friend Amira said she saw a straight line tornado go down the street and it didn't hit her property. She just was so happy. So we're all very connected women, and we were all protected. We were all protected. Our houses were fine. So I just want to tell you, um, as we go through these changing times with a lot of earth changes, a lot of flooding, tornadoes, volcanoes, tsunami, earthquakes, pole shift, all this stuff I've been predicting, you do have a team. There's a team behind each person through, behind the veil. And they're there to support you. And you just have to stay connected to them and listen to them. They can't help you if you don't listen, you know? So stay tuned to them. Develop that psychic sense, that intuitive sense, nurture it, and just, ask for signs. Like if you, so by the way, talk about signs. I was told by spirit somebody's meant to see these roses today. So this is the third show I've taped. Um, so I put them out. I put them out in my last show, and I was on the Jeff Mara show earlier today. That will be out next week at some point. So I had them out for these shows because someone is looking for the sign of a red rose or a rose. I don't know who, but I clearly got um I heard a voice inside from my guides that said, someone is, please put the roses out for this person. They're meant to see them. It's going to help them. It's a sign. And if you are the person who is meant to see the red roses, please tell me so in the comments. There may be more than one person that needs this message. All right. Oh my God, I'm listening. You can't hear because I have the sound barrier on to screen out background noise, but there's cats saying, "Where's my din din?" They're begging like the world is ending. So I better go attend to them. All right, take care. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope this helps you. Let me know. If it helped you, thumbs up. Bye.